We are going to talk about color today. This is something I struggle the most when I'm working on my cards. I usually reach for the most common pink and yellow color combination only to stop myself and realize that there are so many other wonderful colors and color combinations out there. To help me be better with color, I decided to challenge myself to study color by exploring new color combinations and trying them out on my cards. I hope you'll join me in this adventure. Now, if all goes well, I will turn this type of video into a series. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about this and if you find this useful? The color combination I'm exploring today is a complementary color combination, meaning I have two colors on the color wheel that sit opposite each other. The colors are green and purple. Now, instead of using the traditional shade of green, I remembered I have this new green in my stash, sage. So this is a stunning muted green. It is like a breath of fresh air compared to the traditional greens that I've been using on my cards. So this is Sage from Spellbinders. It is one of their newer colors, although it has been out for some time now, but I just haven't had the chance to use it. If you are following along, check your stash for a non-traditional looking green. Now, the beauty of this color combination is exactly in that sage color. It gives a sophisticated look to a finished card. While I only have one shade for the green, sage, I'm using three shades for the purple. These are all Spellbinders colors, so there's Purple Mist, light purple, Lilac Blossom, medium purple, and Royal Amethyst, dark purple. So this is my base color combination. With any color combo, you can always bring in additional accent colors. Those can be white, black, gold, silver, and other colors as well. So I brought in gold, of course. I'm using mirror gold cardstock to create little accents on some of my die kits. And I also brought in craft, which, if you think about it, in a way is a form of gold, but just plain and without shine or shimmer. The craft cardstock is Dune from Spellbinders. Now, I also brought in a pale blue for another card. This is Glacier from Spellbinders, and I brought it in as a way to experiment with this color combination a little bit further and see if I can introduce other colors. So my main color combo is muted green and purple with a touch of gold. And a variation of that is muted green and purple with a touch of gold and pale blue. When working with a limited color palette, such as this muted green and purple, you can add interest to your color, to your project by using textures. The dyes I'm using today, the floral spray from Bayfair collection with Spellbinders, not only cut these shapes out, but they also add cut marks, creating texture on the paper. So that is one way that you can add texture. Another way to add texture without deviating from the color combination is by using glitter paper in the same color. I incorporated small flower details that were cut from glitter foam, purple foam, and glitter paper works here as well. You can also use colored cardstock with different finishes. Think about, metallic finishes, or maybe even you have textured papers. Those will add interest as well. Okay, now that we've talked about color combination, let's go ahead and try it out. I'm creating cards with the floral spray dyes from the Bayfair collection with Spellbinders, and these florals are stunning. In a way, they remind me of the Spellbinders Club Bloom dyes. Now, if you don't have these dyes, but if you want to give this idea a try, see what other florals you have in your stash and use those. You don't necessarily have to use these exact dyes, although I will say the new floral dyes are fantastic, and I do hope you'll give them a try. I have a link in the video description below in case you want to check them out. Now, I die cut the parts and pieces from colored cardstock and glitter fun foam from Spellbinders, and I assembled my flowers using glue in thin foam adhesive squares. These aren't hard to put together, although you might be a little bit confused at first. I know I was a little bit confused, but use the die packaging as an example and you'll be fine. There's also an example on the Spellbinders website, so you can go there as well, see how flowers are put together, and assemble your flowers in the same way. Of course, you can get creative and make your own funky flowers. Now, when I first play with a new die set, and this is my first time playing with this die set, I try to get a feel for the set by assembling the pieces as they are intended to be assembled. Once I am familiar with that, I can move on to experimenting. With the flowers assembled, I then planned my cards. Now, I wanted the flowers to take center stage on my project, and I didn't want anything to distract from them. So that meant keeping my sentiments small and away from the center. I used glimmer plates from my Inside Card Sentiments glimmer plate set with spellbinders, and I foiled sentiments in gold foil at the bottom of a glacier panel and then at the top of a dune panel. So I moved my sentiment either to the bottom or to the top of the card away from the center where I have all of the flowers and where I have all of that beautiful color combination happening. I also use the nested postage label and tag dies from that same Bayfair collection to die cut background shapes for my card. I'm glad to see the postage shape coming back. It used to be very popular a few years back. I mean, I still have a punch that punches a postage edge. A few companies already have some cool postage shaped dies and stencils and stamps, and I'm glad to see Spellbinders taking a turn at these as well. By the way, the Bayfair collection from Spellbinders, it is new and it includes lots of additional products. So not just dies. There are 3 die sets, but there's also a bunch other products. So there's a card maker's kit. There's also a scrapbooker's kit. There are Bayfair puffy stickers, Bayfair button embellishments, Bayfair dragonfly embellishments, Bayfair chipboard embellishments, Bayfair 12 by 12 colored cardstock, Bayfair cardstock die cuts, Bayfair cardstock die cut ephemera, Bayfair stickers, and even Bayfair 12 by 12 and 6 by 6 designer paper pad. I don't have all of these products to show you. I just have some of them, but I wanted to mention them to give you an idea, about these products because they are really nice and fun. And if you enjoy using these type of products for your cards, I just wanted you to know about them. The designs in this collection are simply stunning, but of course, my favorite product in this collection is the floral die set. So with the flowers adhered to the label shape, I adhered that to a postage shape, which is pretty large. It is actually the size of an A2 card. Now, I did not want to add it to a full-size card base. I didn't want to have a full-size card base behind this postage shape. Instead, I took an A2 card base and I trimmed it to a smaller size. I think I cut about 1/2 inch off from each side. So I trimmed it to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then I adhered that from the back like so. So I still have the beautiful postage edge from the front and then a card base that can be opened from the back. I love this. Now, I also added embellishments. I used fashion lilac dots from Spellbinders, and I added those as flower centers onto some of the flowers and also as just some little dots that were scattered on my card. Now, the other card was created in the same way, but you can see how different it looks, all thanks to me using a different panel for the background. You can experiment further by using white for the background, or even a lighter shade of purple, or maybe even a darker shade of purple if you want. So that completes my color study number 1 with a complementary color combo of muted green and purple. Let me know in the comments below what you think and if you'd like to see me do more videos like this. Thanks so much for spending time with me today, for joining me today. I appreciate it. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.